This Adam22 situation just goes to show you, nothing is ever guaranteed. You can't take shit for granted. It is being reported that Adam22 is going broke. They said he done laid off several people of his staff, y'all. And I thought I was tripping because I did follow his Instagram account, No Jumper, and I haven't seen it in a while. But people said that junk got deleted. And Adam22 said he don't even know why. He said they didn't even give him an explanation on why his account got deleted. He said that was one of the major setbacks.
What began as a simple podcast appearance spiraled into an explosive confrontation that has left the internet buzzing. Lush1, the host of the No Jumper platform, had extended an invitation to Travis Ford for what he believed would be a low-key discussion. However, the scene that unfolded was anything but ordinary. Travis arrived with an entourage of over 100 people, including members of the Crips, camera crews, and even a taco truck, turning the studio into a chaotic hub of uninvited guests and unexpected drama. The atmosphere quickly shifted from anticipation to tension as Adam22, the owner of No Jumper, found himself blindsided by the sheer magnitude of the event. What was meant to be a brief appearance transformed into a full-blown hood day, complete with threats and accusations that have now gone viral. As the footage spreads like wildfire, the fallout is intensifying, with both sides pointing fingers and the public caught in the crossfire. This incident has not only shaken the foundation of No Jumper, but also ignited a firestorm of controversy that shows no signs of cooling down. The stakes are high and the drama is just beginning to unfold. The misunderstanding that sparked chaos. Lush1 had every reason to believe that Travis Ford's appearance on No Jumper would be a straightforward podcast session. He had extended the invitation in good faith, expecting a small guest appearance, where Travis could discuss whatever topic was on the agenda. However, what Lush didn't foresee was the sheer scale of the event Travis had in mind. Instead of showing up alone or with just a handful of people, Travis arrived with a massive entourage, over 100 individuals, including Crips members, camera crews, performers, and even a
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all
taco truck. The studio, which was typically run with a small, tight-knit team, was completely unprepared for the influx of people. Adam22, the owner of No Jumper, had no idea what he was walking into. When he arrived at the studio that day, he had expected a routine day at the office, with a small crew managing the usual operations. Instead, he was met with an overwhelming scene of chaos. The sudden arrival of such a large group caught everyone off guard, and Adam22 immediately recognized the potential risks of allowing the entire entourage to enter. With security concerns rising and the likelihood of disruption increasing, he made the split-second decision to deny entry to the majority of the attendees. The response was immediate and explosive. Travis and his group were not only surprised, but visibly upset. They had come expecting to be welcomed, and instead they were met with a firm refusal. The tension escalated quickly, with members of the group expressing frustration and even issuing threats. The situation had spiraled far beyond what anyone had anticipated, and the fallout would soon begin to ripple across social media, turning a miscommunication into a full-blown controversy. Adam22's swift reaction and the immediate fallout. Adam22's decision to deny entry to Travis Ford's entourage was met with swift and intense backlash, as the Crips-affiliated members of the group and their supporters stood outside the studio. Their frustration boiled over. Videos circulating on social media captured the moment when Travis and his crew were refused access, their expressions shifting from surprise to outrage. In one particularly viral clip, Travis can be heard saying, "You just banned us from LA," a statement that would later become a central point of contention in the growing
for you to come to here. This is all fun and games. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even considering buying No Jumper. This was not a serious conversation. Although a couple people did hit me, like on the street, be like, "Yo, man, you really buy No Jumper?" I'm like, "No, I'm not really buying it." But there are some money problems at No Jumper, which you have revealed publicly, and that was your choice.
Yeah, it's funny seeing people try to dunk on me where it's like, bro, I chose to share this with the world, so clearly I'm not too embarrassed about it. But
Controversy. The implication was clear. Adam22’s refusal to let them in was not just a business decision, but a symbolic act of exclusion, one that many interpreted as an attack on the culture and community represented by Travis and his associates. As the situation unfolded, members of the group began to voice their displeasure more aggressively. Some accused Adam22 of being afraid to face them, while others claimed that the No Jumper platform had lost its credibility by turning away a high-profile guest. One of the most damning lines came from an unidentified member of the entourage who stated, "This is how you treat your people. You shut them out like they're nothing." The phrase struck a chord with many online, fueling the perception that Adam22 was dismissing a significant portion of his audience. The viral nature of these reactions only amplified the situation. Within hours, the incident had become a trending topic with fans and critics alike weighing in. Some praised Adam22 for standing his ground and maintaining control of his space, while others argued that he had overreacted and alienated a segment of his fan base. The tension was palpable, and the battle lines were being drawn in real time. The initial shock of the unexpected turnout had given way to a full-blown public relations crisis, with both sides digging in and refusing to back down. As the backlash continued to grow, the pressure on Adam22 intensified. The studio's staff, already overwhelmed by the sudden disruption, found themselves caught in the middle of a rapidly escalating conflict. Meanwhile, Travis Ford and his allies remained on the other side of the door, their voices rising in anger and disappointment. The once routine podcast appearance had transformed into a high-stakes confrontation with no clear path forward.
You know you gotta make it how you make it.
ain't that the truth? Well, we're gonna do like a full-length interview at some point, but I appreciate you banging my wife.
Oh my god.
And yeah.
Well, I'm a professional, you know. I go in, I knock it out. That's what I do.
Hey, I absolutely, I cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and yeah, I think you put it down.
The blame game begins. As the dust settled and the viral backlash continued to mount, the finger-pointing began in earnest. Adam22, still reeling from the chaos, took to his platform to clarify the situation, making it clear that the responsibility for the debacle rested squarely on Lushman. "I had a protocol in place for guest appearances," Adam22 stated in a video response, and that protocol was completely disregarded. Lush 1 either lied to me about what was coming or simply didn't do his job properly. There's no excuse for bringing in over 100 people without prior approval. His frustration was palpable, and he made it known that the incident had exposed serious flaws in the internal communication at No Jumper. Lush 1, meanwhile, found himself in hot water. Though he had initially believed he was extending a simple podcast invitation, he was now being held accountable for the disastrous outcome. Adam22 wasted no time in enforcing consequences, announcing that Lush 1 would be suspended for a week. This wasn't just a mistake, Adam22 added. This was a complete breakdown in responsibility. If we don't hold people accountable, we set a precedent that we can't control our own space. The suspension was met with mixed reactions. Some supported Adam's decision, while others questioned whether it was fair to punish Lush 1 so harshly for what many saw as a miscommunication rather than outright negligence. In an effort to explain his actions, Lush 1 addressed the controversy in a later video, admitting that he had been in a mentally and emotionally chaotic state. "I wasn't thinking clearly," he confessed. "I was distracted by personal issues and made poor decisions. I thought Travis was just going to come in for the podcast and bring a few people."
I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. But I'm going to tell you something that might blow your mind.
All right, blow my mind then. It's early enough.
After 7 years with my girl, this is not the breakup conversation. I realize it might have sounded like that right there for a second.
Yeah.
After 7 years together, been doing porn pretty much the whole time, but we've gotten more and more deeper into the conversation, or into the porn stuff. And after, many hundreds and hundreds of threesomes and stuff,
Yeah.
we decided, we've been having this conversation for like damn near a year.
Okay.
She shot her first ever scene
Without you.
with another man
Oh,
over the weekend.
that shows growth.
That shows growth. Bro, but they get on your...
Not 100, I didn't realize what was coming. He took full responsibility for the incident, but also acknowledged that Travis Ford had played a role in exacerbating the situation. Travis kept pushing me, Lush admitted. He kept messaging me about bringing people, and I didn't realize how far he was going to take it. The internal conflict at No Jumper was now laid bare. The incident had exposed deeper issues regarding guest management, communication, and accountability. While some within the team praised Adam22 for taking a firm stance, others worried that the fallout could damage the platform's reputation. The question lingered, was this just a one-time misstep, or had the cracks in No Jumper's internal structure finally begun to show? The hidden agenda behind the Hood Day. As the dust settled and the fallout from the incident continued to unfold, one troubling detail emerged. Travis Ford's apparent ulterior motive, what had initially been framed as a spontaneous and chaotic event, was in reality a calculated move to generate buzz for a new taco brand. According to insiders close to the situation, Travis had been in discussions with a local food company, and the No Jumper invite was an opportunity to promote his endorsement deal to the platform's massive audience of 4 million subscribers. The so-called Hood Day was not just a gathering of friends or a publicity stunt gone wrong. It was a full-scale marketing event disguised as a podcast appearance. This revelation added another layer of controversy to the already explosive situation. While many had assumed the chaos was the result of a miscommunication, it became clear that Travis had been leveraging the No Jumper platform for personal gain all along. In a viral clip that surfaced shortly after the incident, Travis can be heard,
Bruh, they screaming F No Jumper on look, you know it's serious, bro. When somebody say F something and put it on their hood, it's serious. This is like, yo, damn near smoke. No Jumper them started their own gang war in LA, but they are on the receiving end of the gang conflict. No, this is bad. This is terrible.
telling an associate, we're not just here for the podcast, we're here to get exposure. This is the kind of energy that moves product. The statement, when taken in context, painted a picture of Travis exploiting the platform's reach rather than engaging in genuine dialogue or collaboration. The backlash against Travis intensified as more people learned of his hidden agenda. Critics argued that he had used the No Jumper name to generate free publicity for his taco brand, effectively turning a high-profile controversy into a marketing opportunity. This wasn't just about showing up uninvited, one viewer commented on a social media thread. It was about getting free promotion. That's shady. Others were quick to point out that Travis had known all along what was coming and had never intended for the event to be a simple podcast appearance. In response to the growing scrutiny, Travis attempted to downplay the situation. In a later interview, he claimed that the taco promotion was just a vibe and that he had never intended to make a spectacle of the event. However, his comments did little to quell the public's skepticism. The damage had already been done, and the perception of Travis as a manipulative opportunist only deepened. The incident was no longer just about a miscommunication or a failed event. It had become a full-blown PR nightmare, with Travis Ford now facing the consequences of his actions, the fragile peace and lingering tensions. In the wake of the explosive confrontation, Adam22 and Travis Ford reportedly engaged in a private phone conversation to resolve their differences. According to insiders, the call was intended to put an end to the brewing conflict, with both parties acknowledging the need for a temporary truce. While no public statement officially confirmed the details of their discussion, sources close to the situation suggest that the
Jumper, without getting it approved with Adam, is probably not the best idea. But Lush probably wasn't thinking, homie was hitting him up. He probably agreed to have him come on. So Lush told him, no, come with two people, bro. All right, you and someone else. That's it. Because last time you came, you had an army with you. Only two people, bro, please. So Travis Ford said, I got you, bro. All right. And when Travis Ford pulled up this morning, he ain't pull up with one person, two people, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Two men reached an understanding, at least for the time. Being Travis, it was said, expressed regret for the chaos he had caused, while Adam22 reaffirmed the importance of maintaining control over his platform and ensuring that such an incident never happened again. The call, however, did little to quell the uncertainty surrounding the situation. Despite the apparent resolution, Travis Ford left the door wide open for future conflict. In a post on his social media, he hinted at the possibility of renewed tension, stating, "I'm not mad, but I'm not done. I want to see how things play out." His words sent ripples through the online community, with many interpreting them as a subtle personal threat rather than a genuine attempt at reconciliation. Others saw it as a strategic move to keep the narrative alive, ensuring that the controversy remained in the public eye. The ambiguity of his message only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans and critics alike speculating about what might come next. Meanwhile, the status of the alleged ban on No Jumper from Los Angeles remains unclear, while some of Travis's supporters have taken to social media insisting that Adam22 had exiled the platform from LA. There is no official confirmation to support this claim. The statement appears to have originated from Travis himself, who used it as a rallying cry for his followers. Whether it was a symbolic gesture or a genuine consequence of the incident remains uncertain. Adam22 has yet to comment on the matter, and the lack of clarity has only deepened the mystery. As the situation continues to unfold, one thing is certain: peace is far from guaranteed. While the immediate conflict may have been addressed, the underlying tensions remain. The viral fallout has ensured that the story is far from over, and with Travis Ford's Crips,
and he came with 100 people, and that was a major issue, especially taking into consideration the last time Travis Ford was in the building, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Adam22 dropped surveillance footage of Travis Ford apparently going into a room that no guest should be in, is a room that's like cut off from everybody, is a room that only Adam is supposed to be in. And they caught Travis Ford taking merch out the room. He crept in, feet
remarks still lingering. The public is left wondering if this is truly the end of the saga, or just the beginning of something even bigger. The unanswered questions and the final verdict. As the dust settles on this explosive incident, one question remains at the forefront. Was Adam22 truly at fault, or was the backlash against him unjustified? On one hand, his decision to deny entry to Travis Ford's entourage appears to have been a necessary step in protecting the integrity of the No Jumper platform. The sheer scale of the event, combined with the potential security risks, suggests that Adam22 was merely enforcing the protocols in place. Yet the way the situation unfolded and the public's reaction to it has painted a different picture. Many argue that his refusal to accommodate Travis and his crew came across as dismissive, even hostile. The line between firm leadership and unnecessary confrontation has become increasingly blurred, and the debate over Adam22's actions continues to rage online. At the same time, the backlash against Adam22 raises an equally compelling question: is the level of criticism he has received truly warranted? While some have defended his stance, others have accused him of overreacting and alienating a significant portion of his audience. The viral videos that captured Travis Ford's group being turned away have fueled the perception that Adam22 was shutting out an entire community, and that narrative has been difficult to shake. Whether or not that interpretation is fair remains a point of contention. On the other side of the equation, Travis Ford's role in the chaos cannot be ignored. The revelation that his hood day was, at least in part, a marketing ploy for a taco brand has only deepened the controversy. While some see this as a clever PR move, others
was completely unaware what was going on. Imagine coming to work and you see 35 goons and gangbangers outside with cameras, a cake, and tacos. And you're wondering why you guys here, and then they're telling you one of your employees invited them, but that employee ain't answering his phone and he's not there yet. So Adam refused to let them in. And when Lush One got there, Adam instructed Lush One to go outside and let them know that they cannot come in.
I mean, yeah, bro, these folks are strippers.
View it as a calculated manipulation of the situation for personal gain. The fact that Travis has yet to issue a sincere apology, or at least a clear explanation, only adds to the uncertainty. His cryptic remarks about potentially wanting war have further muddied the waters, leaving the public unsure of where the conflict stands. Ultimately, the fallout from this incident has left more questions than answers. The line between miscommunication and intentional provocation is thin, and the truth may never be fully known. What is clear, however, is that the drama has left a lasting impact on both No Jumper and its audience. As the debate continues, one thing is certain: this is a story that is far from over, and as the viral footage continues to spread, the public will be watching closely to see what happens next. The legal storm beneath the surface. While the viral footage of the chaotic confrontation at No Jumper's studio has dominated the headlines, there are whispers of a deeper, more insidious battle taking place behind closed doors. Legal entanglements that may have played a critical role in the platform's downfall. Industry insiders and legal analysts speculate that the recent incident was not just an isolated controversy, but the latest chapter in a long line of unresolved disputes that have been quietly eroding the foundation of No Jumper. From breach of contract lawsuits to intellectual property conflicts, the platform's legal woes have been mounting, and the fallout from the Travis Ford incident may have been the final blow. One of the most alarming rumors circulating in legal circles is that No Jumper has been facing multiple lawsuits from content creators, collaborators, and even former employees. Sources suggest that several high-profile guests who appeared on the platform have filed claims alleging breach of contract, unpaid
has been banned from LA permanently, or if this is just like a hiatus. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that is Adam's fault? Do y'all believe that the ban from LA is too harsh? Let me know in the comment section, right? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here to see my original breakdown of the full video where they're outside, police get called, and all the drama take place. So click on this video right here to find out or to see what my opinion was about the full drama as it took place. I'm gonna see you guys in this video.
Royalties and non-disclosure of revenue sharing agreements. In a particularly damning case, a well-known social media personality claimed that they were promised a lucrative partnership with No Jumper in exchange for exclusive content, only to be cut off without explanation or compensation. These legal battles, if true, would not only damage No Jumper's reputation, but also drain its financial resources at a time when the platform was already struggling to stay afloat. Beyond contractual disputes, there are also growing concerns about potential civil liabilities. Stemming from the recent event, the presence of Crips affiliated individuals at the studio, combined with the volatile nature of the confrontation, has raised questions about whether No Jumper was legally liable for the safety of its staff and guests. If someone had been injured during the chaos, or if property had been damaged, the consequences could have been catastrophic for the platform. While no official reports of physical harm have been released, the mere possibility of legal action related to the incident has already triggered internal discussions about liability insurance, security protocols, and the need for stricter vetting processes for future guests. Financial settlements, too, may have played a role in the platform's financial collapse. In a world where influencers and media personalities often settle disputes out of court to avoid public scrutiny, it's possible that No Jumper has been quietly shelling out large sums to keep certain controversies under wraps. The cost of these settlements, combined with the ongoing legal battles, could have significantly weakened the platform's financial stability. If true, this would explain why No Jumper, once a thriving hub for digital content, is now reportedly facing bankruptcy. The question remains, many more secrets will come to light before
that I kind of lost sight and wasn't really making the best decisions or remembering certain things. Now, Travis is a dude that sends a lot of texts. I'm not trying to, get on, talk shit or be mean, but Travis sends like a ridiculous amount of texts and Instagram messages to the point where it's impossible for any normal person to keep up with them or even respond. Like damn near there's been months where he's having a conversation with himself in my inbox, respectfully. But we had talked the other day, apparently I don't even remember this part, but apparently when we were on my live stream, we got on the phone and he said yo, I'm bringing the homies with me, Blue Cinco, and I fuck with Blue Cinco, you feel me? Blue Cinco is a real ass dude. Poncho's a real dude. There's a lot of Rick Rock. There's a whole group of dudes.
The full extent of the legal turmoil is revealed. The slow unraveling of No Jumper's empire. No Jumper's meteoric rise was built on a foundation of bold personalities, high-energy content, and a deep connection with street culture. At its peak, the platform was a cultural force, drawing millions of viewers and becoming a go-to destination for unfiltered conversations, viral moments, and behind-the-scenes exclusives. However, as with many digital empires, the fall has been just as dramatic. The recent chaos surrounding the Travis Ford incident is merely the most visible symptom of a much larger problem, one that has been festering for years. The decline of No Jumper can be traced back to a series of internal missteps and public misfires that have steadily eroded its credibility. One of the most glaring issues has been a lack of consistent leadership and strategic direction. While Adam22 was once seen as a visionary, his hands-off approach to managing the platform left room for inconsistencies, poor decision-making, and a lack of accountability. This became especially apparent in the wake of the Travis Ford incident, where the failure to communicate clearly with Lush One and the rest of the team led to a disaster that could have been avoided with better oversight. Public perception has also taken a significant hit. Once viewed as a space for authentic, unfiltered dialogue, No Jumper has increasingly become associated with manufactured drama and conflict-driven content. The line between genuine conversation and orchestrated controversy has blurred, leading to a loss of trust among both longtime fans and potential new audiences. The viral fallout from the Travis Ford incident only reinforced this perception, with many viewers questioning whether the platform was still a legit
out here. Oh man, we ain't nothing but
Hey, cuz, check it out, Trav. Yeah, Adam ain't fucking you today, cuz. So this what we gonna do, cuz. You gonna take your crew, y'all gonna get the out of here. We gonna try it again next time. We gonna try to get my boy, you my boy. You my boy, but Adam ain't fucking you. So y'all gotta get up out of here, cuz. Man, it's all bad. Yeah, cuz y'all trespassing at this point, cuz. You gotta go. Damn.
Can I ride with y'all? This ain't out to whack, cuz. No Jumper, nigga. Fuck Adam, nigga. Fuck Lush, cuz. Nigga, y'all invited us here, bro. Niggas spent a lot of money to be here and bring gifts and drop the mics and video man, cuz. So y'all wanna play with us, cuz? Y'all gotta get the fuck out of LA, nigga.
I'm not from LA. I don't understand the culture. My only question would be, why will the East Side and the West Side link up at No Jumper for peace? Aren't there better places?
Legitimate space for meaningful discussion, or simply a stage for manufactured spectacle. Financial instability has further accelerated the decline. As legal troubles and internal conflicts have drained resources, the platform has struggled to maintain the same level of production quality and content output that once made it stand out. Sponsors and advertisers, wary of the platform's growing controversies, have begun to distance themselves, leading to a significant drop in revenue. Meanwhile, key talent has started to leave, either in search of more stable opportunities or in response to the toxic environment that has taken root within the No Jumper ecosystem. What remains is a platform that is caught between its past glory and an uncertain future. The damage done by a combination of mismanagement, public missteps, and financial instability has left No Jumper in a precarious position. Whether it can recover from this decline, or if it will be remembered as a cautionary tale of a once mighty empire crumbling under the weight of its own contradictions, remains to be seen. The Vanishing Act. Where is Adam22 now? In the wake of the chaos, one of the most pressing questions on everyone's mind is, what's next for Adam22? The man who once stood at the helm of No Jumper, a digital empire that redefined online culture, now finds himself at a crossroads. With the platform in turmoil, legal battles looming, and public opinion split between defenders and critics, it's no surprise that Adam22 has remained largely absent from the spotlight. But is this a strategic retreat, or is it the beginning of a new chapter? Some speculate that Adam22 has chosen to step back from the public eye entirely, allowing the dust to settle before making any major moves. In an industry where timing is everything,
Showed up at the office and they had cakes and all kinds of crazy shit, like, you know, a big truck with No Jumper graphics on the side, whatever, which sounds okay, but there's like nobody at the office. It was like me and the Plug Talk girls, and that was it. So I was really confused. It turns out that Lush, in the middle of whatever kind of binge, whatever you want to call this, that he's on, he had basically invited a shitload of people to come to the office to do content. Now, he says he only invited 2 people. It was only supposed to be like 2-3 people. They came super deep. We shut it down. We said, listen, we don't have anybody here. There's nothing going on. You guys cannot come in, and nobody is allowed to pull up to our spot this deep ever, regardless. So I'm just going to say, do I blame the people who showed up? I mean, not really.
disappearing from social media and public appearances could be a calculated decision to reassess his brand and avoid further backlash. After all, the recent controversy has painted him as both a defender of his space and an instigator of division. By staying quiet, he may be giving the situation time to evolve. waiting for the right moment to re-emerge with a clear message and renewed strategy. Others believe that Adam22 is already planning his next move. The digital landscape is constantly shifting, and if history has taught us anything, it's that those who fall from grace can rise again if they know how to reinvent themselves. Some insiders suggest that Adam22 is exploring opportunities beyond YouTube, possibly venturing into podcasting, private streaming platforms, or even launching a new venture under a different name. The idea of starting fresh on a different platform has gained traction, especially given the growing popularity of alternative content spaces that offer more creative control and less algorithmic interference. However, rebuilding from scratch won't be easy. Trust has been eroded, and the public's perception of Adam22 and No Jumper has been irrevocably changed. If he does attempt to make a comeback, he'll need to do so with a clear vision, a new identity, and a way to address the controversies of the past without appearing defensive or dismissive. Whether he chooses to disappear, rebuild, or pivot to an entirely new direction, one thing is certain: Adam22's journey is far from over. The question is whether he has the patience, the strategy, and the resilience to reclaim his place in the digital world, or if he'll fade into obscurity, a cautionary tale of a once mighty figure who failed to adapt to the ever-changing tides of online culture.